I want to thank everybody for coming today on what unfortunately is not the prettiest day we would have liked to have had, but nonetheless it is a very happy, exciting day at Old Dominion. My name's Debbie White. I'm the Senior Associate Athletic Director and pleased to be your MC today. I want to encourage everybody today to stay around after our remarks. It's a very brief program, but we're going to provide you with some tours of the facility, and seriously, if you think this is nice, you have to wait and see all the other things. It's going to just knock your socks off. We also have a media sheet with a fact sheet about the facility, as well as our media release that's going to go up on the web here in about 30 minutes. So without further ado, I'm going to start the program, and our first speaker is our new athletic director, Dr. Wood Seelig. He joined our family in July of 2010 as our new athletic director, and he's quickly put his name on many projects. The rowing center is just the first completed facility under his tenure, but we've got plenty more in the works and in the planning stages, thanks to his vision and commitment to making Old Dominion Athletics one of the top programs in the United States. Please welcome Athletic Director Wood Seelig.
Thank you, Debbie. Thanks, everyone, for coming out this morning. I wish it was a little bit nicer as far as the weather, but it doesn't diminish anything from the beauty of this building. When I was hired about 10 months ago, one thing that struck me about Old Dominion Athletics and the university in general was the quality of the facilities that were underway and the way the transformation was going on with the ODU campus. Certainly athletics is a big part of that transformation, and on behalf of the athletic program, I'd like to thank members of our Board of Visitors, our President John Broderick, for the vision to help us get to this point in our evolution. We're excited today. We've been in this building 2 or 3 times already, and every time I come back, there's something different, whether it's signage, whether it's artwork, whether it's the little things like the etchings in the glass in the windows. So you can see that when we do something on the campus of Old Dominion University, we do it right. This is an outstanding facility, and certainly our coaches who are here today, Dan Garbett in the back, if you can raise your hand, Dan. Dan's our head coach. Lisa Milne is our assistant coach, and Mike Lucy, our assistant coach. If you'll raise your hands, they are getting already calls from all over the country, from programs around the country who have heard about this boathouse, who've heard about the crew program, and they want to come take a look. So again, that's a tribute to Clark Nixon and all the design work that they did for this facility. We also have members of our crew team. If you'll raise your hands, our student athletes are here. Thank you all, and I know you're going to enjoy working out and competing in this facility. We started crew in 2008. Crew is really one of the fastest growing intercollegiate athletic programs in the country, and I think we're going to get off to a great start, because certainly when you recruit high school student athletes, they buy with their eyes, and when our coaches bring our prospects to this facility, it's going to be a lot easier sell when you have this facility with the Lafayette River and a great place to compete like this. So we're excited what the future holds. If you all are in town on Saturday morning, it's April the 2nd at 10 a.m. Is that right, Dan? 9 a.m. Okay, I'd been late, so I'd have missed the finish on that one. At 9 a.m. Saturday, we compete against the University of Miami, Florida, in a crew meet on the Lafayette River. The best place to watch it is Mayflower Avenue in Colonial Place. So if you're here Saturday morning, Mayflower Avenue, Colonial Place, you'll get a chance to see our student athletes in competition and get to see how this operates here with this boathouse. So again, thanks to the members of our Board of Visitors, our president, for the vision and the foresight. This is all part of our Title IX plan as well. When we started football, we wanted to make sure we continue to increase opportunities for women and support them in a first-class manner. And it's also a joint venture project with the city of Norfolk and the citizens of the community. So we thank everyone for your support in making this possible.
Right from the classroom. That's how we do things here. Our student athletes do go to school first, and then it's my pleasure now to introduce you to a member of our rowing team, Megan Party, who's a Dean's List sophomore from Ontario, Canada, who's now going to speak on behalf of her teammates.
President Broderick, Mayor Frame, Dr. Seelig, and distinguished guests. First of all, I'm really sorry that I'm late. I guess it's what comes from test writing right before this date. On behalf of my fellow teammates and my coaches, I would like to thank everyone who played a part in the construction and the completion of this truly amazing new facility. We've been looking at drawings and models, as I'm sure you guys know, for so long, and I'm sure that none of us could have imagined that we'd one day end up rowing out of such an amazing new facility, which we can consider probably one of the best collegiate rowing facilities in the nation. And we are truly grateful for everyone who got us to where we are today. As Dr. Seelig was saying, we're racing Saturday morning against the Miami Hurricanes. We would love for you to be there and see what is surely just the beginning of many teams racing and hopefully winning out of this really just ridiculously awesome new building. We love it, and thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you, Megan. That was great. Old Dominion Athletics is fortunate to have a university president as supportive as John Broderick. A sports enthusiast and a frequent fan at ODU athletic events, John certainly played a significant role with the university's partnership with the City of Norfolk and with our guest, Mayor Frame, for the construction of this beautiful facility. Please welcome Old Dominion University President John Broderick.
Well, Megan certainly demonstrated that economy of language and enthusiasm can surpass anything the rest of us say. But it's always a pleasure to be on the program with the mayor, and I never know whether it's an advantage to go before him or after him. But I'm going to tell you one little thing about the mayor, which I think he wouldn't mind me sharing. He and I both participated a couple weeks back in a reading at the ODU bookstore on Dr. Seuss's birthday. And I had the chance as being the home host to decide if I wanted to read before the puppet show or after the puppet show. The mayor made the mistake of reading before the puppet show. And I can tell you, the distractions and the enthusiasm of what was to come was very difficult for him to equal. So next year, I owe you that in terms of a change. But as Debbie and others pointed out, this is really a remarkable facility. And I think the interesting thing when we were in here the last time is to hear Dan pick right up into the kind of mission and objectives that Wood Selig has. Dan's talking about this facility. He's talking about the kinds of teams that they want to compete against. He's talking about the level of where he wants to see rowing go here. And it was just great to see that not only do we have the facility, but we have the vision and the dream to be at that next level. Anyway, the last time we were here, Dan told us that the team were all flying to Texas, and he and the assistant coach were driving the boats down. That's a pretty remarkable statement on him as well. But there are some people here that we do want to pay special thanks to. I don't know if they're here, so I'm going to mention their names, but Ken Stepka and Tom Winborn, Bob Bain, Ann Irby, and Frank Dennis, some of the designers from Clark Nexon, obviously Bob Fenning and Dale Felties and Rick Berry and some of the people from the university did a remarkable job as well. But I think it was said perfectly as you really look at what this facility is and where it is and the opportunities it provides. And the other outstanding thing that hopefully our guests recognize too, not only are these ladies that we're bringing in superb athletically, but they're good students. And they really put an emphasis, I think, everything we do athletically here on student athletes. And you would be just as proud of these women if you saw their academic credentials as you see their rowing credentials. So thank you for being here.
Thank you, John. It's now my honor to introduce you to the gentleman who has served as mayor of the city of Norfolk for the past 17 years. A former athlete himself at VMI. See, I go way back with the mayor here. Mayor Frame has a close relationship with ODU athletics and sports in Hampton Roads. He was named the Sportsman of the Year by the Virginian Pilot in 1996, and he won our Bud Matheny Award from us for his role in bringing the Tide Stadium to downtown Norfolk. Please welcome the Honorable Mayor, Paul D. Frame.
Thank you. Debbie reminded me we do go back a long way. I knew her when she was in high school. That's her dad coached me in college, which was we used to go over and hang out at his house all the time, and that's how we got to know Debbie. I'm glad to be here with all of you. I'm only going to take a moment. Thank you for allowing me to be part of this program, Mr. President and Wood, and I'm glad to be here with my colleague on the City Council, Barclay Wynn, as well. As I look around the room, I see a lot of folks from Lakewood who are here. I'll be at your Civic League dinner tonight as well, but they've been supportive of this effort as it was introduced to the community. I see James Thompson over here. James is, we need to mention James. He was the initial proponent of really city rowing here, and he's the one who found this site and raised the money almost single-handedly to build the city's facility over here. And so I know he's over here he's been promoting rowing in the city and recreational activities for a long time, and I guess I've known James since you were about high school. We were in high school too. We go back a way. This really is a happy day. This is the only time I wanted to be here because this project has been going on, as Bob knows, for years. Almost as long as the 3rd precinct, but I mean, almost, but you know, but it's been going on, and actually longer. I mean, just to locate the property, get everybody to buy in that the city would dedicate this land for Old Dominion's use, and then it had to go through our design review, and you know, Bob was a lot younger when we started all this, but it's a happy day here, and we've had a good result. I'm really thrilled to see all the student athletes here. We want to make this place come alive. Not only have we done a good thing, we really built a superior facility here from what I understand, so it's something that not only the university but the entire community can be proud of. So we knew that once you got underway, just like you know the TED and you know and the stadium, everything that Old Dominion does they do very, very well. The city has a relationship with Old Dominion that goes back really to the 20s, believe it or not, when Norfolk citizens started getting together and saying we needed a college in town. I think Old Dominion opened its door in 1930. But since then, we've had a very good relationship between Old Dominion and the city. University Village is a good example. Powhatan Field's a good example. Foreman Field, believe it or not, we sold it to you guys for $1, which is almost as good as this deal. I mean, so we've had a good relationship, and we'd have more we can do in the future. It's been good for us as well. So I just want to congratulate everybody who has worked hard to make this day happen. It's really turned out to be a credit to everybody. So thanks, you know, for bringing it to the city, and thanks for letting me be a part of this. Thanks.
Thanks, Paul. At this time, we have a very brief presentation. I'm going to ask Dan and any of his assistants or teammates to come up and make a short presentation to a couple of our speakers today. Yeah. Mr. Mayor, okay.
On behalf of the Old Dominion Women's Rowing Team, I'd like to present you with these gifts. Please present them.
We hope you will wear them with pride. And concluding Saturday, if you want to come out early with us and watch a race. At this point, we're going to offer tours of the facility. I think, Dan, you and your coaches and some of the ladies are going to pair up. We have a couple of pictures with some of the principals we'd like to take first. But for everybody else, please take advantage of the tour. You'll see the entire building downstairs. What are we calling that part? The boat base. Yeah, I knew I'd say the wrong thing. The boat base, very, very impressive. So I encourage you to jump on one of the tours. We've got refreshments over here. And thank you again so much for coming and joining us in this very happy day.